I'm going to remind you in advance that I'm very sorry and I apologize for the inconvenience of me not giving a fuck what you think.
Hello everybody, my name is Kikaya and welcome to Weeb Review, the show where I review your favorite hentais. Why isn't it working? Why won't it transition? Sup, bro? Why is he here? I'm actually your new assistant, my dude. I told your boss we were like long-lost brothers. What? Listen, bro, life's too short to worry about small details like that. But anyway, bro, listen. The reason why your snap isn't working, bro, is because in the script, this show is actually listed as an anime, dude. Really? See, I thought it was the debut episode of 18 Plus Weeb Review or something. And I thought Weeb of Hilo was pushing boundaries. Yeah, well, if you need me, bro, I'll be, sitting here in this corner. If you need me. Yeah, sure. Well, hello everybody, my name is Kikaya and welcome to Weeb Review, the show where I review your favorite anime. Alright, get it out the way now. FBI open up, take a seat, I'm a pedophile, fiction equals reality, yada yada yada. Now that we got all that out the way, Mother of the Goddess Dormitory is an anime produced by Studio Assweed or Asswed, it's one of the two. A studio mostly known for Mirai Nikki. Wow, you cannot get a more different show from the one we're talking about today. The director is Shunsuke Nakaju. He did some episode directing for shows like SAO, Bang Dream, and Keijo. As Little B would say, this guy is based as fuck! The original creator is Hina Ikumi. Hina sounds like a girl name, so I can assume she is a top tier Shotokan.
お姉ちゃんとちょっといいことするね、お姉ちゃんとお姉ちゃんのいいことするかな、可愛いね、決めんだよって言いながら、決めんだよババアって言いながら、本当は心の中でさ、ドキドキしてんだろ。思春期の男の子は手に取るようにわかるで、団長は。
Based. Well, now it's time to talk about the plot. Also, there's literally no censored version of this anime out that I could find, so I hope you guys enjoy my own personally made censors. My family knows this channel exists. This plot isn't as bad as Weeb of Hilo, and you could make the argument Monster Musume is weirder, but still. Alright, here we go. Koshi is a boy whose house burned down and his family abandoned him all on his 12th birthday. Well, that's a depressing way to start a harem show. He's homeless for a while until this busty girl takes him to a college dorm. While there, Koshi tells the residents of the dorm about his situation and they offer him to be their dorm mother. Basically just supervising the dorm and making sure it's doing alright. None of the girls are opposed to it except for Atena, who can't handle being near men. Eventually, Atena gives in and lets him live in the dorm. Let the harem escapades begin. If you think about this plot for a second, you'll realize how stupid it truly is. These college girls fell for a 12-year-old because he's dependable, mature, and nice. That's crazy. It's a story that never really made sense, and wait a minute. Am I really questioning the plot of this show? This? God, get this stench of mal-reviewer off of me. Look, this premise is absurd, but at the end of the day, it's meant to be. There are many mysteries in this show that aren't even explained, but that just makes the show even more chaotic. It's the kind of show you can just turn your brain off to. This is the anime version of junk food. I know it's bad for me and I should probably feed my developing brain something that makes me think a little more, but I enjoy these nutty buddies way too much. The plot isn't that unique, and yeah, it's bad, but as I was watching it, I never really cared for the story. It's not something I was interested in because, ooh, Atas are on the screen, booba booba. Koshi is a pretty stereotypical harem protagonist, this perfect angel who can fix all the girls' problems. There is a little bit more to him than a typical harem protagonist though. It's shown a few times that his maturity is just an act and deep down he still has traits of a regular 12-year-old kid. So when those traits do come out, I find it kind of cute. And he's pretty considerate of other people too. He was willing to not accept the dorm mother role because of Antenna's xandophobia, knowing that not accepting that role would mean he's back on the streets. He also gets easily flustered around the girls, which is obvious because he's 12 and just started puberty why the hell these college girls keep on making him flustered knowing that he doesn't quite understand the feelings he's having. I would never know. And Atena is the main girl of the show. Can I just say I don't like it when harem shows have main girls? Like, I'm okay with it, it won't ruin the show for me, but not having a main girl makes a harem so much more entertaining since it makes it feel like, you know, an actual competition. Just make it a normal romance. Anyway, as previously stated, Atena has a strong fear of men, and interacting with them makes her nose bleed. At the beginning, she tries to avoid men at all costs. However, due to bonding with Koshi, she eventually tries to overcome her fear, and she makes considerable progress while doing so. Unless something sexual happens with Koichi, she doesn't get nosebleeds around him. Besides that, she's probably the most normal of the characters in the show, which says a lot. Atena also makes Koichi call her sister because it makes her more comfortable, which is yeah boy. Let me talk about her and Koishi's relationship for a second, since if you ignore the age difference, it's actually a pretty sweet relationship. They both have feelings for each other, but both are pretty inexperienced with this kind of thing. Koichi is the only guy Atena can trust, and due to his personality, Atena falls for him pretty easily. Atena often gets asked out by guys due to her looks, and Koichi usually protects her from that, which is awfully nice of him. On the other hand, Koichi doesn't realize he's fallen for Atena until later on, but he doesn't want to say anything out of fear of messing up their friendship. You can relate to Koichi if you've ever had a crush on the popular girl at school. She's so many leagues ahead of you that you just don't want to say anything because you have so little self-confidence, even if she may look at you the same way. In a different show, this would probably be a really fun ship, and I was actually kind of shocked at how the relationship progresses. Am I overthinking a show where the main appeal is the fact that it shows uncensored tits? Maybe, but I'll give the hentai anime credit where credit is due. It's got some really entertaining characters and some really cute relationships if you ignore the age thing. Kiriya is the other girl who likes Koichi. She likes reading shoujo manga and gets violent whenever she blushes. She also sees Koichi as a little brother since he reminds her of her own little brothers at home. So you get this weird competition of which big sister would you rather have? A big tittied sister that will probably just ignore you, or the lesser tittied big sister that will literally beat your dick. No, like she would UFC box your dick. She's gonna get whammed, but hey, at least she got his virginity. Now this is a pretty popular debate topic. Did Koichi lose his virginity in this scene? I'm not sure. Let's take a look at the manga. I think it depends on if he popped a bone or not. Nah, he had to. I mean, he's 12. You can use but is there a thrust, though? Does it matter if there's a thrust? Wait, do accidents even count as losing your virginity? I think it's the thought that counts. The pussy. He probably would have busted immediately. I mean, he's 12. Wait, can you even bust a nut when you're 12? I don't think you can. I need an outside opinion. Hey you. Yes, bro? Can you come here for a second? Does he lose his virginity in this scene? It is possible, yes, but I can't give you a proper answer without more evidence. If we were to see this from a different angle, like maybe a bird's eye view or even a sideways angle, I'd be able to tell you, but judging from this angle, what I'm seeing here is that there is a possibility that their genitals could just be touching and not properly inserted, since he might not be fully developed in that area yet. But I also believe that there is an equal amount of chance of the contrary happening, where they are so close that even a flaccid penis could be properly inserted. Well, there's your answer. By the way, bro, aren't you wearing a different shirt than what you wore before? Orlando Magic? I'm wearing an Orlando Magic jersey. Bro, we're matching, bro. Were you trying to copy me, bro? Yes, I was totally trying to copy you. Now get back in your corner. Okay, bro. I will say, breaking down a scene and determining if a 12-year-old accidentally lost his virginity is probably the weirdest thing I've done on this channel. Next is Sutea, and judging from her design, I reckon she's a tsundere type who secretly loves the protagonist but can't open up or has trouble opening up. Did I get it right? Cool. Jokes aside, I was actually cheering for Sutea since 1, she's the childhood friend of Koishi's, and I love childhood friend characters. 2, she's around the same age as Koishi, and 3, their relationship is cute, and seeing a tsundere blush once their cold exterior is taken down is the cutest thing in the world, and none of you tsundere haters will convince me otherwise. She also has this medical condition where she's oversensitive to heat and can't handle being touched by other people. Kid Koishi gets around this by making his hands cold and that's adorable. Because of this, she feels Koshi is the only one who understands her condition. Despite the fact she can't be honest with her feelings, she really does worry about Koshi a lot. She's a pretty good friend. Also, if you are at all wondering, you do get lolly tits in this show, so not every day you see bare lolly tits in a show, but there it is. Frey is an avid cosplayer who forces Koshi to dress up. Again, almost like a big sister. I wasn't expecting this much incest. She does open up a lot more when she's playing the character she's cosplaying, hence why she's constantly cosplaying, and she's probably the best looking girl in the show. Makes sense since her name is based on Freya, the Norse goddess of love, sex, beauty, etc. Wait, is that why this show has the word goddess in it? Mineru is a scientist who works with toxic chemicals and mostly fails at her experiments. She doesn't like clothes and usually just wanders around almost naked. She is the oldest one though, and indicates things between Koshi and the girls that like him. Besides that, there's not much really about her. Finally, Serene, who's best girl of the show. Look, just because I don't ship them with the main protagonist doesn't mean I don't think she's best girl. Serene is great. She is by far the most absurd girl, and the fact that the mystery of her potentially being from the moon is never solved makes it even better in a strange way. She sees Koshi as her servant and kisses the main characters at night. Yes. Also, she's like Mineru in a way that she doesn't wear clothes and is usually very straightforward and docile. She just doesn't care. She's an alien with superpowers, why would she care? I just think I really love kureis. Their plain yet monotone attitude and expression while saying / doing the weirdest things always gets a giggle out of me. Honestly, minus the obvious, the characters are the best thing about this show. When the show turns down the pervertedness and really looks into these characters, I don't think it's bad. I feel if this wasn't a shota ecchi harem show, which a lot of people have a problem with, and instead was just a regular romance, maybe even a romance comedy, this would be one of the better shows of the season. I'm not against shota content, but all I'm saying is look past that and the characters really aren't bad at all. The comedy in this series mostly revolves around sex.
Ooh, that's kind of small.
The main protagonist falls and ends up with his face either in breasts or in a pussy type of humor, which is essentially the all reliable when it comes to ecchi anime humor. Yet despite how cliche the humor might be, I found it pretty enjoyable. And it does have some scenes that really set a new bar, such as a fish swimming near Lolly's private parts while she moans and damn near drowns because of it.
I want to be I'm a fish. I'm a fish. I am a fish. You're not gonna tell me that I'm not. I could be whatever. I'm a fish.
And probably one of my favorite scenes is when Serene was wearing a Santa outfit and Koshi was a reindeer. Serene didn't wear any panties and proceeded to ride Koshi's back, and well, I wonder if she was feeling anything from this. Voice acting is pretty good. Koshi made her voice acting debut in this show. I was surprised to see that Koshi was voiced by a girl. A lot of these VAs are newer. The only one who's really experienced according to Mao is Mineru's. I think they all did a pretty good job. Pretty solid casting here. The soundtrack is kind of fire, like unironically. I couldn't tell you why or what makes this OP and ending sound so appealing to me. Maybe I'm just too far gone at this point, but I really like the beat, and the singing from the voice actors is pretty enjoyable too. The animation is fine. There's nothing really unique or special about it, but it's not bad either. I did enjoy some of the background imagery with the voice actresses. I thought that was a nice touch. Besides that, there's not really anything about the animation that's really stand out, but it also isn't bad. And the character design is alright, nothing out of the ordinary, it's just pretty basic. Not a pro nor a con, I just thought I'd mention it. As far as Raunchy Scenes go, look, this is an anime for people who haven't discovered hentai yet. If you watch this show to fap, then I honestly have no words for you. Here, if you want to watch an anime to fap because for some odd reason you don't know what H anime is, watch Redo of Hilo or Interspecies Reviewers, because this show doesn't go nearly as far as those shows do. But I'll say the same thing I said in the Redo of Hilo video. Watch hentai, you weirdos. Besides the story, there is another negative, which is the fact that it's 10 episodes long. I understand that the manga barely has any chapters, but if that is the case, why not wait a little longer so that this anime isn't stupidly short? Like 11 episodes is short enough. Hell, 12 episodes is short enough, but 10? 10 is just too little to really leave much of an impact. We could have had more development, more moments for characters that kind of needed it, like Mineru or Frey. Hell, you could have thrown more edgy shots in there. I just feel there could have been a lot more added in. again. There's also no ending. This criticism could be completely irrelevant if a sequel comes out, but I doubt it. Which kinda sucks. I'd like to see who my boy gets with. As if it isn't obvious, I just really don't like it when harem shows don't have endings or don't have a girl that wins at the end. I feel this series has a lot more than what meets the eye. Yeah, I was expecting ecchi trash, and to an extent I got that, but I wasn't expecting the series to focus on its characters and their relationships as much as it did. Again, if this wasn't a shota hentai anime, I think a lot more people would have watched it. Hence why I wanted to make a video on it. Because of course the memes are funny, but I also generally enjoyed this show. I feel this is in a similar realm as We Do of Hilo is for me. If you ignore the ecchi stuff in both of these shows, you will see that the show has a lot more to offer than just a lot of edge. Well, I'm Kikaya, and you can live with the fact that a 12-year-old gets more pussy than you. I'll see y'all next time.
Get the fuck out of here.